Track wrestling here in Minnesota at the Pinnacle School of Wrestling with two-time Minnesota State champion Lloyd. Alex, I guess first of all I want to rewind to this summer. You wrestled at Junior World Team Trials, wrestled some high-level guys. What did you take away from that experience?
I took away a lot. It's incredible how much more intense they are, how much stronger they are, and just the grind itself. It's a lot tougher to do a lot of things on a higher level guys like Patricio Lugo. It's a tough guy. It's not much you could do that I could do. I mean, I can, but it's tough. They're a lot tougher in my opinion. They just battle a lot more, and they just know more. It's just tougher.
You know, stepping away from that tournament in June, when you come back into this room, what were things you really felt like you needed to work on to get to their level, where you can win those matches?
Intensity for sure. Gotta be. I'm usually a pretty physical guy and like to attack, but it wasn't enough in my opinion from what happened in at World Team Trials. So intensity was a big one. Conditioning was definitely a big one as well. I often saw myself wearing myself out from either shooting too far away or just not setting things up. So I needed to get better, be a lot better conditioning, and just grinding, wrestling through every position. It's easy to give up when you're tired, and I learned that the tough way by losing a couple matches that I could have prevailed on, but just grinding through every position.
Your story's pretty interesting, and I know a little bit of it, and I'm sure some of our viewers do as well. You came over to the United States when you were, what, like 5?
Yes, I was 6 years old.
Okay. Can you share more of the backstory and how you've gotten to this point?
Yeah. My parents, they had a child, and he was born premature. He was born really early, so they wanted to have another child, but they didn't want to go through the struggle again of having a premature birth, and so they decided to adopt. And a church group got them to adopt from Russia, and my parents now they looked at somebody else, and then they couldn't get him, so they looked at my younger brother and I, and we immediately came together as a bond. We loved each other, and they took us over here to the United States, and my little brother, he was malnourished and all that when he came over here, so he had a tougher time adapting and all that, but they saw me doing wild things. I was always energetic and whatnot, doing crazy things, so they signed me up for some gymnastics, learned how to do all that, and then my father wrestled when he was in high school and boxed, so he thought wrestling might work pretty well, so now I'm here wrestling still.
How much do you remember of Russia? Anything?
Yeah, I remember a bit. Yeah, the orphanage that I was from, it was like 3 buildings, here, and like one in front. It was 3 buildings, and in the middle there was a huge garden with like a metal fence and whatnot, and everything was like a single file line. Certain ages had certain parts of buildings. We all wore like the same clothes, like uniforms and whatnot, and it was tough, I guess. Hoarding food. There wasn't much food to go around, so you had to do what you had to do and just survive.
The language. How long did it take you to learn English? Do you still know Russian?
Learning English, it took me a couple years, I would say. When I first got here, I started getting into it right away, and it was tougher for me to learn English quicker because I was already pretty fluent in Russian, and now I don't speak any Russian at all, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. I mean, I could probably learn it easy from my background, but I don't know much Russian really at all anymore.
Well, looking ahead, well, first before we talk college, I want to talk to you about Pinnacle. How long have you been coming here?
Since 4th grade, so about 8-9 years. It's been a lot of fun.
What has this? What is the Pinnacle School of Wrestling? What has it done for you as a wrestler?
As a wrestler, it's helped me a lot with life, wrestling, everything. It's taught me how to fight, taught me how to treat others, you know, taught me friendship, brotherhood. It's taught me a lot of life lessons, and the coaches are great. They teach you everything, just like Peyton said. There's just a lot of life lessons to go around with wrestling, and this program has helped me a lot by overcoming problems and whatnot, and it's here for me, you know. It's one big family really at Pinnacle, and we're all here to support each other, and it's great.
Your tattoo there on your right shoulder,
yeah.
Right collarbone. What's the symbolism there? What's it mean?
It says God, family, and friends in Japanese. I chose Japanese because, you know, it's something new, and I like the way that it's like, I don't know, like written, I guess, and those are the three most important things in life, you know, God, family, and your friends, and what you do.
You committed last year to South Dakota State. What did you like about the Jackrabbits?
The Jackrabbits, I love them. There's a lot. Coaches are great. The atmosphere there is great with wrestling duels. The whole wrestling team. The fans is great. And then just grinding. You know, I've practiced there a couple times, and I love how they wrestled. They wrestle very intense and very hard, non-stop, and they're aggressive. I love that, and just going there with a lot of buddies, you know, like Peyton, Riley, Connor Brown, Zach Price, Sam Stoll. There's a couple other Pinnacle guys that are going there, and it's just great going into a school where you already know quite a bit of guys, and it is a brotherhood there. It's a family there. I've been to South Dakota 3-4 times, wrestling and visiting, and I already know most of the team. We're all very close, and it's just great. Coaching staff takes you under their wing already, and it's just great.
You mentioned Peyton, and you guys wrestle in the state finals. Yeah. How wild is that a guy that grown up in the same club with him, you've rolled around with him quite a bit, and you step out there in a state finals match. It's a guy that you've been rolling around with for a long time.
It's very nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking because we know each other so well, and we can score off really anything that we do. And there's a lot of anxiety, in my opinion, what went through me, because I knew what he could do, what he's capable of doing, and there was just I thought that there was like some reason a lot of pressure on me that I put on myself, just by deciding to cut back down and wrestling him again. And it's just a bittersweet moment, you know, having to wrestle him. He beat me the first time, and I was grateful that he won. He deserved that win, but at the end of the day, I wanted to wrestle again and just grind.
You, if memory serves me correct, and I've seen hundreds and maybe thousands of wrestling matches in the last year, but I seem to remember you hitting like a foot sweep.
Yeah.
Late, right?
Yeah. That was crazy in my opinion. I didn't think that was gonna happen. It just so happened that I got it. There was a short time on the clock. I knew that I had to do something if I wanted to win, and I got it. It happened. I was surprised. I was happy. A lot of things running through my head and all that.
Do you hit many of those?
That last year I hit not quite a bit. I would say I hit a couple foot sweeps. I hit one on Jarek Franek as well, the Rumble of the Red, and a couple other kids, but it's not something that I go for, you know. If you just gotta catch them, you know. You get caught there, you take chances.
It seems like every time we've got you in a TrackCast event, you're doing something that's highlight worthy, and so much horsepower. Probably stuff that guys don't see at the high school level, a level of strength that guys don't see very often at the high school level. Do you have to keep that under control a little bit to not slam guys? when you get guys off the mat?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I love, like I said, I love being aggressive and I love attacking. And freestyle and Greco, you can slam them. It's fine. It's great. It's a lot better. I like it freestyle more, but it is tough in my opinion. But I've learned to control it because I've almost been DQ'd not quite a bit, but a couple times for slams. But yeah, I just learned to control what I have built inside and just let them down and just wrestle from there. Try not to do anything stupid.
So potentially going for your 4th JJ Classic title this fall.
Yep.
That's a pretty short list of guys that won 4. What would it mean to you to win 4 and join that list?
It mean a lot. I mean, it's a great tournament, great cause for cancer, but it's cool looking at the list of what people are on there and everything like that. There's 20-some guys on the list, I'm pretty sure, something like that. And if you look at all the list, there's high-level guys on there, and it's cool to see that I've met up with the potential that they did, and just grinding, working like they did, and achieving goals.